Hey there, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Happy New Year to you. It is January 1st when I'm recording these, so give me a little break. I did ring in the new year. Like many of you, I hope you had a great time. So this year has a lot of very spectacular energy with it. Astrologically, big things happening, but I'm going to try to keep my channel more focused on, as I have been trying to all along, what is going on day to day, how can you best manage this energy, and in a very personal way. So a couple of things to keep in mind: this Pluto-Saturn conjunction that is coming up on the 12th of January. The last time they conjuncted was in Libra, and that was 35 years ago. At the same time, Saturn is going to conjunct with Jupiter on the last time that happened. So that's going to happen on December 21st. Okay, so that's how we end the year, but they're doing it in Aquarius at 0 degrees Aquarius, which is really significant. It really is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. This is the year where we're moving out of Pisces. This is the year where we break down the structures and we rebuild them the way you want as we move into the new age. The last time that happened was 35 years ago, also in Libra. And so this is the end of a personal cycle for you. If you've been around that long, this is the end of that. The North Node was in Cancer at that time, and it's in the North Node is in Cancer at this time. And so it's really important that you look at structures of relationships, right? So that mother-father relationship and how this card keeps showing up. Mother-father relationship and how they played out in your personal relationships, either with your children or with your significant others. I have a cat that doesn't like the door open, but it gets drafty and I don't like it. So we might fight with this for a while today. All right, so what lessons have you learned from your childhood? These are the karmic things that you should have been working through, but 2020 is the year of the before and after. Before 2020, these were an issue. After 2020, they should be let go. And so anything that you haven't broken down, anything you haven't destroyed, anything you haven't cut out from those experiences, now is the time to get it done. So that is what is going on this year. That is the big overview. So globally, yes, big things are happening, but personal level, it's your ability to move past those relationships and now start forward thinking about where it is you want to go, where you want to expand your mind, your interest, your what sparks your curiosity. Okay, so that's kind of the energy we're looking at here. All right, so let's take a look at the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be only doing videos in twice a month. I'm going to do them at the beginning of the sun signs and then for a mid-month update, which is what this is. And also, I want to take a moment to ask you to please hit that thumbs up button. When you do that, you connect your energy to mine, and then when I get into your energy and I try to connect with you, it's a lot easier if we've had some contact. That's really interesting what's happening here. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so there's that. All right, so, and I did get into your energy before I got started today, and what I saw was everything was upside down. It was like I was under a tree, and yet the world was upside down, and I'm like, what is this? And I was trying to flip it over and make it right, and I couldn't. I go, what are they supposed to do with this upside down energy? Because it was about, what is this eclipse going to do, really? Because it sets the tone for the rest of the year. And so what does this mean? Why are you upside down? And then I heard hangman. And I'm like, oh, new perspective. So you're being asked to take a pause, take a breath, look around the situation that's going on in your life. Breathe. Also, I couldn't breathe. My throat was clogged, like I couldn't speak, but I also was struggling to catch my breath. So, breathing and allowing yourself to look at things a little bit differently. Taking a new perspective on things is going to be really important this year in knowing what to release in order to release yourself from your upside down, hung up position. So it is a time out kind of energy this week to take a look at what needs to be done. And it's so funny because when I look at your cards, I can see that this is about you balancing yourself and knowing where it is that how you view the world, and that is okay, and that is the work of this week. Oh, you have a lot of cards happening here. Oh, I didn't even need those. Why did those come out? All right, we will also do that. I will look at those later. Wow. Okay, so this week, what's happening? There is on Monday, the 6th of January, there is a real need you'll feel an urge to really push hard to get something you want. But if you push too hard, you may lose any ground that you've already gained. So take a step back on that. Thursday, it's about that clarity of vision. Like things, okay, so Mercury's really busy. Mercury's moving fast right now. It is shooting through Capricorn super, super fast, and it is ticking off all of these. It's coming into conjunction with all of these things. So it's coming into conjunction with Jupiter and then the Sun and then the South Node in Capricorn, which is where we release things and let things go to move forward. And then it hits, I think, Pluto and then Saturn. And so boom, 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 boom. And it's going to be sparking these ideas, like things of thoughts. So write them down because they're going to be fleeting. They're going to be fast. It's very fast-moving energy, and you can, so write them down, write down what's going on with your dreams, because it also makes a couple of aspects with Neptune and Pisces, and so write it all down. Write it down, and you can worry about it when Mercury slows down next month and goes into retrograde. That'll be a time to work out what the meaning of all that is. Right now, pay attention to it, write it down, keep a record of it to work on later. That becomes really important, so there's a lot of clarity coming in. And then around the time of the eclipse, and the eclipse is on January 10th. I've been saying the 11th. I don't know where I got that, and I was wrong. Because it's happening at 2:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here, Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. And so that's happening at the same time that Uranus is going direct. It's in conjunction with the South Node in Capricorn, and Mars is starting to make some really weird angles with Mercury and with the Sun, and so there's so much energy, and it's going to spark up some tough language. So don't let that be negative self-talk, and also be aware that the people are going to be a little aggressive, and so just an awareness that might help you navigate that energy a little better. So that is something to keep in mind. Also, what you're releasing, what are you willing to let go of? Remember 2020. It's the before and the after. What was your life before 2020 is not going to be what your life is after 2020. And so this big wrap-up of this last 18 months of this energy sitting here on the Cancer and Capricorn nodes, that's where the eclipses happen, is at the nodes. And so yes, it is going to move things around. And so what are you releasing? Right? So pay attention to that. It sets the tone for the year. And this is a year of like reconstruction, right? You buy this house, it's a little dilapidated. Maybe it's the one you've been living in and you finally have the money for renovations. And I've always wanted to take down that wall and I want to push this out. And okay, so this is what we're doing. So this next 2 weeks is like taking that sledgehammer and going in and knocking out those walls, the things that don't work, opening up the space so you can breathe better, so you can create the vision of what it is that you want your life to look forward. And by the way, don't be afraid to knock down some of those outside walls, push them out. Maybe you want to put in a nice bay window, whatever it is. It's your life. You get to reconstruct it. Right now, this year, that's what's going on. And so thinking about that when you're planting your seeds of intention and releasing and letting things go, what are keeping you, what's holding you back. Okay, that's really going to be important. This energy really is raucous from, well, it's been raucous, so, but the 13th, we start having the Sun coming into conjunction with these big guys, right? It comes in conjunction first with Mercury and then Saturn, and then it comes in conjunction with Pluto the next day, or it's the other way around. I don't know. Anyways, it's boom, boom, boom. And what it's going to do is going to illuminate. It's going to illuminate where the boundaries are, where the transformation is, and how to communicate this to yourself or to others. Wednesday the 15th has got some really tough energy, so it is a really good time to put your head down and focus on what you want to accomplish, because the energy around it also brings in this ability to really to be productive and get stuff done. So kind of plan ahead for that. It gets a little dreamy when we get into Friday and Saturday. So again, it's like all these ideas, and maybe when you're in the shower, all of a sudden you get an idea while you're driving, whatever. As soon as possible, write those things down. They're just fleeting. They're hard to hang on to. Grab them while you can, because they are important signals for what it is you're trying to create. They're coming in from your higher self, and so allowing that energy to come in and aid you in that process will be very beneficial. So your overall energy for the eclipse here, we have the Tree of Life and we have rest. And it's like hanging upside down and looking at things differently. So take the time to do it. And why are you doing it? Because you need to balance your chakras out. You need to feel into your own energy and see where it is that you need to heal. I work with a Reiki master. She is below. Her name is Nancy. I have the details below. She's very affordable and she's very good. She really helped me with some stuff this year. I had some super massively stuck energy that was manifesting in a very physical way, and she was able to help me through that. So I highly recommend her, and she is down below. So when I accidentally went into the cards again, you have medicine. You have medicine, but this is spiritual medicine. This is healing yourself through communication with spirit. And so again, the Reiki feels really important with the balancing of your energy. And then the medicine card came out. And so I kind of feel like those really have something to do with each other there. And then taking your mask off and standing in the light of your own truth. And you are protected through this process. And so while I think you're going to be getting this new perspective is going to help you figure out who you are, what is your truth, what really is important to you, and understanding and believing that you are being protected through this process, because you have this beautiful knight in shining armor. But what's also interesting to me is that the overall energy for the next 2 weeks that you have from the Dragon Celtic cards is you have the Knight of Cups, again, a knight in shining armor. So, could this be love coming in? Yes, but it feels more like spiritual love. So I think you're being really divinely protected in this Knight of Cups, as you loving yourself and allowing yourself to be loved and cared for and protected by spirit. It could be a relationship coming in, but this is an energy of releasing and making space. So if you would like for that kind of energy to come in, you need to create space for it in your life by letting go of negative attitudes, grudges, resentments, any of the difficult stuff, taking a different perspective and looking at things as though these things that happened were lessons to be learned, to be gained, to elevate yourself, to take you to a higher level. And so appreciating the lesson, maybe not necessarily appreciating the way in which it was taught, that's okay, but forgiving everybody involved, including yourself, for any of the negative parts of it, and just learning the lesson and taking it in and going, okay, so this lesson was here to teach me where I needed to balance my energy, because things are reflected back to us, and allow for the healing to happen. Where are you going to plant your roots to grow yourself in the future? And right now it's about taking a little time out for yourself. So this is the 9-card spread: past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions. Key to the situation here, we have the Empress. What do you want to grow and create? The key here is growth. The key here is planting seeds like in the spring. It's like the spring of your new opportunity, your new life. And where do you want to lay down the seeds to grow, to cultivate, to nurture? This is very powerful energy. It's also energy of spring, but this feels more like this whole year, like you're planting the seeds of what you're reconstructing that's going to have growth. In the recent past, you've had some difficulty trying to get some information about the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups can represent a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. It was in the reverse, but I really honestly that wasn't my intention to worry about that. But it could be that you were trying to figure out how to become more emotionally balanced, or you were working with someone who is not emotionally balanced, or you were trying to understand their emotional situation because it's been creating some kind of discord in your own life. But we have the King of Cups here, but we have the Knight of Cups coming in. So that's interesting to me. Transformation will occur. So we have the Devil, we have chains. Okay, it's the 15. It's chained up. So the transformation is being held back. But when you are the Empress, you create. That is the ultimate in creation. That is the ultimate ability to create. And so this transformation is going to be you unshackling yourself. And unless you are willing to cut yourself free, and maybe you need to rest a little and look at things a little differently in order to get yourself to that position. But this energy of Pluto and Saturn in conjunction, on top of that releasing energy of the South Node of Capricorn, on top of the full moon in Cancer eclipse energy, there's breaking free. Breaking free is going to become really important in order to move forward. And then there's going to be a need to create a balance in the future. Keeping yourself balanced in your thoughts. But this is also because it's Two of Pentacles energy. It's also balancing things in the mundane, right? It's that juggling act of work-life balance. She's walking across a plank over a ravine. She is moving from one arena to the other, and she's walking across carefully and in balance. And since we have this emotional imbalance situation or going on here, this is about maintaining your balance in the middle of a difficult time. It does look difficult, but remember you have the Knight here protecting you. This is the future, so making sure that you're resting over the next couple of weeks and preparing for this traverse, this transit across the ravine here, this rocky start. It feels like a rocky start to the future. Okay, in the recent past, you have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles would represent a Taurus, Gemini, no, not Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy. There's been a lot of doubts and concerns. It also represents financial stability, the ability to manifest in the financial arena. And so you may have had a lot of questions about money and doubt, and can you create financial stability? And so this Two of Pentacles, they're very small, but maybe this is you balancing, emotional stability and financial stability. It could be that you are involved with someone with these characteristics or these traits, or this could be you. Wow, all the kings are showing up for you. But here you are, the King of Wands. In the heart space, this is the ultimate in self-confidence and knowing that you can attract to you what it is you need, that you can run the show from there. So you have the growth of the Empress leading into this King of Wands in the heart space. Pretty impressive power there. In the recent past, the obstacle has been you have had all the tools at your disposal, but maybe you haven't known how to use them. Maybe you haven't noticed that you have them. Maybe you weren't sure how to do things. It's been an obstacle, this Magician. The Magician could also, as an obstacle, be somebody else who is manipulating, controlling the situation because they have all the tools at their disposal, and it's been creating blocks and stops for you. But it looks like from this that you need a new perspective on it. So I feel like you have the tools. You just weren't sure that you had them. Okay, the action step you have here is the Five of Wands. It was in the reverse. And so the question becomes, if you have not been standing up for yourself and fighting for what you want, stand up for yourself and fight for what you want. If you've been fighting and fighting and fighting, maybe it's time to lay down the arms for a minute, stop the battle, take a break and shift your perspective to see where it is that you need to go. Maybe what you need to do is rest from all the fighting and decide which to go. Different people will be different situations. You will know which one is you. In the future, okay, so interesting. We have the Five of Cups. This is regret, and honestly, God, regret is such a waste of emotions. And I say that as such a complete water sign. Regretting choices is a waste of time. And it is. choices are just choices. They're not right, they're not wrong. Lessons and blessings come with each of them. And so not dwelling in the negative aspects of it. A path was chosen, lessons were learned. Had you gone another path, other lessons would have been learned, or the same ones, but they would have been learned in a different way. It's just a pathway. It's just a choice. I'll tell you what I choose to regret in my life is not ever what I've done. It's not where I sometimes regret not taking an opportunity. That I find I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have tried that when I had the chance. And so maybe playing it a little too safe sometimes has caused me to feel a momentary twinge of, oh, I missed out on that. And by that I mean, there've been activities, not relationships. It's been like, oh, I wish I would have gone rappelling when I was at college. I thought I was going to be there more than 1 year, and I never had the opportunity to do that again. Now I'm not sure I have the strength or maybe it's a good thing I didn't do it, though. I wasn't really strong then either. So it's the fun things that I didn't try, the adventures I didn't go on. But I don't regret any other the emotional choices that I've made. Don't regret those. You learned something. And look at this. It is coupled up with this Page of Cups. So wasting your time regretting that is blocking the opportunity for the Page of Cups to come in, the new opportunity, the new love. So let that go. That is, if you want to know what to release with this energy, is your regrets. You learned something. It was valuable. It was important. It helped provide you with some tools to move forward. It helped you to be able to figure out how to balance things. There is an opportunity coming towards you, something that inspires you, that excites you, that touches your heart in a new way. Is it a relationship? Maybe. But it could be a new project, a new thing. You know, they say follow your passion. Well, this is the year where we follow our curiosity because the nodes are moving into Gemini. The North Node's moving into Gemini. And it's going to be about following your curiosity. So leaving this behind and looking to the future and seeing where would you feel more emotionally satisfied and plant those seeds. You need to let yourself go. You are stuck in a situation, and if you do not release it, oh my gosh, okay. If you do not let yourself move forward, then there would be a reason and a cause for regret. If you will set yourself free, then there will be a new opportunity coming to you. If you stay in a situation that is making you miserable, you're not going to not be miserable. Changes need to be made. Changes are going to happen whether you want them to or not, though, right now. So we have you showing up for you. We have the Strength card. Stepping into your strength of who you are, knowing who you are, believing in you, allows you to move this forward in your life. So, strength appears as a firm reminder that you have a deep well of fortitude within. There is power in knowing who you are and what you do well. Dig deep and find a solid base from which to anchor yourself. That is this tree. Find a solid foundation. Anchor yourself in. Ground yourself in what it is that you want and what you're trying to create. Because this is such creative energy right here. Muster the might, the endurance, and the confidence to do what must be done. If you can't find it within, seek a friend, a fellow tribe member to help you. Sometimes we need to lean on others. In vulnerability, we can find the seeds of strength we never knew we had. And so this Page of Cups might be somebody, this Knight of Cups, right? Might be somebody coming in that helps you and supports you through this process. It could be Spirit coming in. It could be Spirit bringing you someone in the 3D world to help you, to lean on while you gather your strength. Okay, so you have the North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to let yourself go. It is time to release negativity. The only thing holding you back right now is you. The only thing stopping you from moving forward is you. And honestly, with all of this energy, I don't even know how long you can hang on to that. And look what's awaiting you. Infinite abundance is pouring into your life. If you can let yourself go, you can move forward to the infinite abundance that is awaiting you. You gotta let yourself go. And I can see why there would be some fear. This Two Pentacles looks a little, you know, risky, but honest to God, though. Okay. I want you to look at, though, she has space on either side of her feet as she's making her way across that plank. When I was a kid, we used to cross the creek all the time on logs much smaller and not as sturdy looking as that, not as well placed, and I think I only fell in once. I only remember falling in once. Might have fallen in more times than that, but, you know, I'm still here. I got a little wet, maybe. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here for your cards for, that's a nice view of my finger, huh? For your crystal cards, you have several. It says it is easy for me to maintain overall being with conscious health habits, green aventurine. And so maybe that's what this is, that balancing of taking care of yourself, getting enough rest, eating well, staying on top of hydration. You have a path light. I meditate regularly. I am insightful. My connection with the universe and wisdom guides me daily. Apatholite is found in quarries that mine copper. So that copper is very conductive. It is a conduit of information from spirit to you. And so, and crystal is the vision. And so you have, I meditate regularly. I am insightful. My connection with universal wisdom guides me daily. And so again, I feel like this Knight of Cups here is you in touch with spirit. You in touch with spirit. And the Hangman is about spirit. And Jet, I am always divinely protected. I know that I am safe. And Jet is just, it's petrified wood that has become this really lightweight stone. It's beautiful. And clear quartz has shown up a couple times. I am a clear channel of love, light, and well-being. All of my heart's desires are realized now. See how bright that is? Okay, so it's the before and after. Before 2020 and after 2020. And this is the year where you decide what's next. What's next? So don't regret what you've already done. Don't let your regrets hold you back. Release yourself. Move forward. It's some beautiful supportive energy for that. Okay? All right. I will see you in a couple weeks. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, and we will talk soon. Take care.